Okay, back to school time. Already? What? I'm dying. Okay, so, serious talk. So back to school time is coming up. We have 3 more weeks. I hate school. So, yeah, I'm gonna be homeschooled for the majority of, everything. I'm only going for, drama. So it's not like I'm completely going in high school, but, same difference. So, little advice for middle school. So, if you are going into 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade, I got some advice for all 3 of those years. Okay, so 6th grade. It was an interesting year. Okay, first things first. Middle school is not how they make it seem in the movies. It's not that scary. You just, I don't know, you gotta be smart about everything. Not, school-wise. I mean, socially. You have to be smart about what you say, what you do. Don't be a bully, because, bullies are jerks. Sorry, I don't know what's on my chin. So, there weren't really any bullies that I can recall, but there were, I think there always is, that popular group. I ended up getting stuck in the middle of everything because of the groups of tables. I ended up getting stuck right in the middle of the popular kids. So, they are rude. So, that's one thing that's true. Unless you're you are popular but you're nice, then you're lucky if you find them. But I was unlucky. I found the mean ones. Well, I didn't find them, my teacher did. So it's not a scary, easy thing. Yeah, of course you're into the world. But it's really not that bad. I thought my 6th grade year was pretty okay. Other than the fact that my grandpa got sick and so did my mom. Those are the only things that kind of ruined it for me. So, it's not as bad as you might think. So, I wouldn't stress about it. Yeah, it's a little stressful because you only have 3 minutes in between periods. And you have to get to your locker, get your stuff, go to your next class. I was lucky in my 6th grade year that I was in the 6th grade wing and all of my classes were in the same hallway. So, that was okay. But sometimes, what happened to me in 8th grade, I had my locker on all the way on the other end of the school in the 8th grade hall. So, that's where all the 8th graders had their lockers. So, that's just where my locker was. And on the other side of the school were the 6th grade rooms. One of my 8th grade teachers, he had to get moved, so he was moved to a different room. So his room was all the way on the other side of the school. So and my school is really big, so I had to walk all the way to my locker in the morning, get my stuff, and walk all the way back to my classroom in 3 minutes. So that was the only stressful thing. Anyway, so 6th grade really isn't that bad. It's a little tough because you're doing harder things, but it's like that every year. You really don't have to worry too much about in 6th grade because not everything is counted against you. Things are counted against you in 7th and 8th grade. 6th grade is mostly just practice for 7th and 8th grade because 7th and 8th grade are way harder. So 6th grade was fun because I made a couple friends, but I lost them. You will be really lucky if you keep the friends that you had in elementary school throughout the entire time of middle school. I didn't keep any of my friends at all. I honestly only have one friend, and she's in 7th grade. And I'm going to high school. I lost all my friends. So, be prepared to lose friends because it seems like middle school just kind of changes people. I don't know, it's kind of weird how it works. Honestly, it's a little angering because, I thought you were my best friend. But, you know, you just move on. Sorry, something's in my eye. So, 7th grade, whew, I thought that 7th grade was the hardest. 7th grade, it was hard. I thought it was harder than 8th grade. 7th grade really, I mean, just not, wow. I think that just with homework wise, it was hard. But that's because I got some not so great teachers. And that's when I got really sick with my tonsils. So that's what made it harder. But honestly, with the curriculum, I thought it was pretty easy. But getting sick and then falling behind, it made it really hard. So 7th grade, it starts getting a little bit easier, and you're like, okay, I got this. You know, you feel more comfortable with everything in the school. But that's also when people in your grade might start, you know, changing attitude-wise. They might start being really rude. And I don't know, it was just kind of an awkward year, really. Because there were some not so nice people, and there were some great people. I mean, I made, like, a couple friends, and they were really sweet. I mean, they're not, like, best friends, but, you know, they're friends. So, I don't really have much to say about 7th grade, because I missed a lot of it because I was sick, but it really wasn't that much to worry about, so. And 8th grade, I remember that very well. That was an interesting year. It was an interesting year for me. I made one great friend, and that's when I started feeling really comfortable with everything, and I don't know, it seems like in 8th grade is when I really blossomed as a character. I don't know, I was more self-assured, and now I'm more comfortable, you know, just with myself, and I can stand up for myself, and I don't know, it was really weird and cool, but when you get into 8th grade, that's when people really, you know, you're the top of the school. People become really big jerks. And that's what happened. One of my friends is getting bullied by this one group of popular kids, of course. And they were just so nasty to her. And she kind of went with it, and she was self-assured, but they really kept hurting her feelings, and it made me so angry, and I yelled at them. I said, just be nice to her for once. And that was really weird and crazy, because that was the first time I had ever really told someone off, so it was kind of awkward, because they're like, whoa, where'd that come from? And I kind of became a little bit of a jerk to them, because, you know, they were a jerk to my friend, they were a jerk to me, and they kind of deserved it. And I really just, you know, when, like, the teacher would do, like, go around the classroom to say one thing you loved about school year, one thing you hated, I always said the same thing. I love my friends, I hate everyone else. And that's the truth. I hate people except for the people that are my friends. Because people can be so nasty, and I honestly, I don't want to deal with it. And, you know, of course, everyone always says, I hate homework, and nobody likes homework. I used to love school. My first grade teacher ruined it for me. Yeah, but I really wouldn't be worried about middle school. I thought it was really fun. I mean, it had its ups and lows, but I think every school has that. You know, I really wouldn't worry about it. Just be yourself. That's the best thing. That's the best thing I can really say. Just be yourself. Don't care about what people think, because people are going to think some nasty things, and if you keep going with what others say, you're going to end up like the rest of them. So that's what I did. I was myself, not entirely. I tried to be myself, but it was really hard, because I was worried about what everyone else thought. So that's one mistake I made. I could have made so many more friends if I was just myself. But really through the entire school year, I only had maybe 2 friends. I made a couple more friends in 8th grade, and that was about it. But yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about school and, you know, what they're gonna think and what you should wear. Just be yourself. Just embrace who you are, because who you are makes you unique. Don't be a robot. Because one thing I noticed about a lot of the popular kids, they were all the same. Because they tried too hard to be something they weren't. And lucky for me, I made it out alive by just ignoring everything and staying away from everything else. I got involved a lot. I did a lot of sports, and I did choir, and, you know, I made friends, and I don't know, I think I did okay, but I definitely could have done better. But if I could redo middle school, I would make the same mistakes, and I would just do it all the same, because I think I came out a better person because I learned, and I think learning is more important than faking everything. I don't know. I learned from my mistakes, and now I know how I'm gonna be in high school. Definitely very nervous about it. I mean, who isn't nervous for high school? I mean, it's a huge school, and you're in high school, and it's like, and plus now I'm at the bottom of the school chain again. It's like I work myself up, now I'm all the way to the bottom. But I think that's how it always happens. So, yeah. Just some advice from your fellow freshman. I like the sound of that. I'm nervous for my freshman year, though. I'm like, I think everyone gets nervous, you know. So, middle school, I wouldn't stress. I mean, of course you're gonna stress because of school. Ugh, I don't want school to come. I hate school. School's so boring. If you love school, you're nuts. I think the easiest thing to do is just try. I just poked myself in the eye. I'm gonna try to overcome the pain. So, just pretty much hang in there. Middle school, just don't worry. Don't worry. Just trust me. It's not as bad as you think. And it's going to be hard at first, you know, getting into the groove of everything, because, you know, there's periods and stuff. And it's kind of weird to get used to. And you're like, oh my gosh, where's my class? Oh my gosh, I'm lost. Literally, out of 3 years of that school, I kept forgetting which class I was going to next. I hung up my schedule in my locker for the longest time. And don't be scared to decorate your locker. You're totally able to. And do not expect your locker to stay perfect the entire school year. Trust me. And trust me, they like giving tall people the bottom lockers, and sometimes you're gonna get losers. When I mean losers, I mean jerks. At the top locker, and they block your locker and you're late to every class. Don't worry, it happens. Just let your teacher know, and just say, hey, this bozo takes up like 5 lockers and won't let me get in mine. So you can request a new locker, but chances are they won't let you. Sorry. So that's it for middle school advice. I'm sorry if it's not great advice, but I tried. I'm really bad at advice. Just saying. And basically, all you can do most of the time is pray. Pray. Pray that you'll make it out alive. So yeah. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below. And you guys will see me in my next video. And if you got any questions or anything, need advice, or questions to my LLWL vlog, go ahead and ask me. I'm willing to answer all your questions. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.